Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So Pacific Rim Season 2 is here. This is a follow-up to the original Pacific Rim Black Season 1, which is an anime adaptation of the Pacific Rim movie. And I actually did enjoy the first season. And if you didn't see that first season, I highly recommend that you go watch it first because there's definitely going to be some spoilerish materials whenever I'm talking about Season 2. And I did do a review of Season 1. If you wanted to see that, I'll leave that in the description area below. And so after the events of Season 1, we see Boy, who we find out is a Kaiju hybrid. And now Haley is trying to, rescue him or actually bring him back to his human form. And Terry is really worried and May is as well. And so that's kind of where we start off, directly after the battle with the original Season 1. And in this, we also are introduced to the Sisters, this mysterious group of people who happen to have some type of power over these kaiju. And now we go on this second adventure where now it's about these three and also Boy plus the Sisters and also some returning characters from Season 1. And we learn a little bit more about the two main characters, how they're connected to the Sisters, and also we get a lot of kaiju battles. So that's kind of like the overall general story of Season 2. Now getting to the things that I do like about Season 2 is that there's definitely more action here. So Season 2 has 7 episodes, and I would say the vast majority of it has a lot of action, a lot of kaiju battles, and just really cool action that I was hoping for in Season 1, but we definitely get it here. So that's the first thing. If you enjoy kaiju battles with Jaegers and big monsters, then I really feel you're going to enjoy the second season. Secondly is the overall story. I really found that now we have set up the world of the kaiju and the Jaegers and also the backstory of Terry and Haley and how they're trying to find their parents and May and everything else. We kind of know what's going on. So in this case, they could focus more on the other aspects of the story. In this case, the Sisters, the kaiju, May, a little bit more about May. And so I really did enjoy that because I found Season 2 to be a lot more interesting, especially because the main antagonists, the Sisters, they're so mysterious. And then once you learn more about them, their connection to the main characters is even stronger. So I think the story did a great job of introducing those things and also keeping you invested in the story from beginning to end. And then another thing that I enjoyed about this season is just the characters themselves. Terry, Haley, May, Boy, and even some of the kaiju because you're so used to seeing them. Shane. There's a lot of characters here that you do like. I find them very interesting and they're more than just two-dimensional. Even though they're not completely 3D characters, they have a lot more going for them. And most importantly, you actually do care about these characters. And that's probably the best thing about this series. And I think Season 2 does a really great job in elevating that even more, especially when it gets to more of the character interaction, relationships, and development part of this series. And that is something that's really helpful, especially if you're coming here expecting just pure all-out action, but then you get a little bit more of that and you care about what happens to all your characters. And then the final unexpected thing that I enjoyed about Season 2 is that there was a lot of emotion and darkness from this season. I was really not expecting that. And it goes through all the characters. It's not just the main characters, but also characters that are introduced and also characters that you've seen before. And so things that I thought were going to happen to these characters, it didn't really go that way. And that was very surprising and in a good way. And then by the end of the season, you feel a lot for them. They've been through so many things. There was never a moment where these characters could feel relaxed and happy. And every time that they got to those points, things just got worse. And it really made sense to the overall story and building of the characters. And in the end, when a series, especially an anime series, could actually make you feel something, then I think that is a good thing. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at GeekOutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. Now getting into the things that I didn't enjoy as much about this season, even though I think overall they did a really good job with the characters and the story, I really feel could have developed this even further. Specifically, Boy, Kaiju, and the Sisters, and also more of the Apex Jaeger. And those are things that I was hoping would be elaborated even more, but maybe they just didn't have enough time to do that. or maybe possibly this might not be the final season and we get another season. And so those are my thoughts on Pacific Rim Season 2. I did thoroughly enjoy this season more than Season 1, but taken as a whole, it is a really good, fun series, and I enjoyed this more than I did the Pacific Rim movies. And so if you actually have any thoughts on this or any other anime series that you've seen that you've enjoyed recently, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my anime, film, or series reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you're a creative geek like me, and you want to get exclusive access to more content that I don't put out here publicly on my YouTube channel, then join my Gold Content Creators group, where you're going to get content like this and more for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group.